last night, we're bound to fight again. The clock resets our lights, a tale that never ends. Through the storms and fires clear, we rise to face the fate, with courage in the air, forgetting yesterday. You've got time, all the time, to break the chains of fate. You've got time, all the time, to set the record straight. In every dawn we see a chance to try once more. With hearts unbound and free, we open every door. In the quest that never cease, we know what we must do. With spirit seeking peace, the reckless will be true. You've got time, all the time, to right the wrongs we made. You've got time, all the time, to let the past just fade. You've got time, all the time, to break the chains of fate. You've got time, all the time, to set the record straight.
This party might die tonight. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create freaking magic. We are in a quite the skeleton crew today. Hopefully, we'll see Dan coming up. But yeah, everybody that is here from the Wreckless, take a look at your camera, wave, and say "Arr."
Arr! Ooh.
Arr.
Okay. Wow.
Party on the Wreckless.
Arr!
Beautiful.
I forgot it does that.
Oh.
Welcome. So for those that have no idea what the heck this is, hi. We are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties, living, existing, and breathing in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. So, if this is your first, second, or third time watching, welcome. We hope you enjoy. A couple announcements up front. We are in a little bit of a interesting sort of transition space, so I'd say just to kind of handle the important pieces out of the way. If you guys may notice that Yoon's setup is not here, Evan unfortunately did have to step down from the campaign. We wish Evan nothing but the best, nothing but love, and always welcome back at any point in time. So he will be missed for sure. So we will be continuing to run his character as an NPC until the time comes. But that also means that we are looking for a new player to join the crew of the Wreckless. So if you are interested in checking out or climbing aboard, as they say, you can go to startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. Here's the little GIF thing. It's also in the video description below if you're watching from YouTube. Take a look at it. Please feel free to message me. We're trying to make sure that we find it's important to be able to find the correct person as well as someone who is interested in joining what we have here. So so if you think that's you, please feel free to reach out and say hi, so we can talk. Cool. So that is it as far as that stuff goes. We did promise one-shots this month. There is some weird sort of tandem stuff along with this transition because Evan is also in Unearthed Arcanum, so there's a couple other sort of pieces that we need to kind of put together before figuring out exactly what's happening. So there's still a possibility that we might be able to start some one-shot stuff maybe in the late March, but there's a lot of things I need to catch up on first. More details on that to come soon. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel and appreciating what we do, you can and also making sure that you're on the notifications for like whenever we have a session, all that stuff, you can do so by liking and subscribing where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. You can also there's a little notification thing. I'm so silly behind on how YouTube works, but having those little notification things kind of helps when I am setting up those sessions. So and also because this is a live, this is happening live, this is right now. You can also feel free to say hi at any point in time. If we're in a serious or a heavy sort of, or if I'm doing a lot of stuff, I'll at least try to wave. We always appreciate people just dropping in, saying hi and what's up and all that good stuff. So thank you in advance. You can also check out our Instagram and TikTok down below at itsalongsstory_TTRPG. Where you'll see some of our moments. There's also an advertisement for the Wreckless for the new player. But also you can check out some of our favorite moments of the past few years in this crazy campaign that we've been having. So please feel free to like and follow there as well. Thank you. That is it. That is all I have for announcements. So I'd say before we jump into tonight, we need to get a recap of where we left off with the Wreckless. So Drew, please take it away.
All right. I'd like to say that one of the five is usually the best. Me, I'm the best. I do the best job at this. That is me and only me. So we start off with Zed loses it. They start heading their way south towards Faran. Everyone reflects on what happened. Giant shark skeleton on the deck, fun stuff. And then Riaris goes check in on everybody, make sure they're okay. They're doing good, comfortable, got a fluff pillow. Ogre hears Vera with swamp stuff, which she called bog slop, I believe. It's stuff from her bog. And when she puts it on Vera's hand, it looks like a Diania plant or like a flytrap plant. And it closes on around her hand and starts to heal her. Let's see. Ogre says we cannot say the name of the person who almost unalived her. Because if we do, something bad will happen or they might start hearing or listening to us. Creepy. Let's see. I got a note that says Kaelinor was chugging a big bottle of water. I don't know where that was. I don't know where that came from. Riaris and Ogre talk about life and death, what it was like to die, come back to life. It was a nice, touching moment. Yoon and Nala get confused on who likes who and mistakes each other for liking each other. That's gonna be a talk with Carr. It goes by quick. Carr is very cut and dry, clean. Nolly gives a hint on moving the ship to a degree. Get it? Because she wants to go 1 degree over. She moves the ship 1 degree over. She just turns the wheel. Let me see. Yoon's talking about how he is portrayed and shown back where he's from versus the life he wants to live, who he wants to be. It's difficult. There's a lot going on. And what expectations there are for him. So it's a lot for him. Let's see here. Yoon tells Ryaris why he left his home. And are pirates bad? His response, no, they're cool. If they do it the right way. Zed apologizes to Vera. And then Zed leaves a note from a bottle with a dagger made from a tooth for Vera to check it out. Vera, maybe touched by it, maybe not. Car talks to Nala and the dog spirits. I think because we had a friend that doesn't like Car's voice barking in the background. Talks to her about talking. Car said he wants to talk to somebody who might know this mysterious person whose name we're not allowed to say. Maybe their parents, or maybe somebody she unalived. He unalived? They unalived? So Nala says it might be better to get help, so they call Ryaris over to help out with this ritual, I guess is what it would be. I'm not quite sure. Some things happen. It ends up with Nala is strangling, or from what it looks like, strangling Ryaris, who is trying to wake up Car. Car sees a bunch of stuff, like trillions of people in a line, just mind-blown stuff. When Car comes back, he is down 1 point on intelligence and disadvantage on a wisdom checks for 3 days. Car acts weird. That's what I have written down. I couldn't explain it best. He doesn't act his normal self. Ryaris and Kaelinor spar and talk a little. Ryaris took it a little too serious at one point, but caught himself. Then Vera and Kaelinor spar until dinner, and we find out that she's got a little more oomph to her than originally thought. Ogra thinks... Okay, so this one is a little weird. Ogra thinks Nala likes her because she called her honey. Or hun.
The things you find important in the recap, Drew, always amaze me.
Here's the best one. Zed thinks Car has baby brain syndrome.
What?
Towards the end, he said his brain dematured, so he just got baby brain. And apparently that's what I wrote down, that Zed thinks Car has baby brain.
All right, that was just you, man.
And that's where we are off in the kitchen trying to figure out what is going on, and yeah.
All right, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, Drew. Please take that point of inspiration.
All right. I don't know if I left anything out, anything important or not.
Well, that's our space for anybody else to be able to kind of fill in some stuff in the blanks. I would say it might be worth explaining Car's experience a little bit more. Car went, we'll say, in the simplicity of what went on. Car took his normal, well, not normal, his afterlife sort of connection, and started to push past the limits, which had some interesting sort of effects on the back end, but not for nothing. We did get some information from there, or beginnings. Cool. Yeah, is that anything else to add there, friends?
Nope. The brain is pea soup. And that is my only contribution.
Beautiful. All right, cool. All right. Well, so it looks like it's only 3 of us tonight, guys. So I hope you guys are ready to fill in the Blinks. But with that, I think it's time. You guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Cool. Let's do it. So we come back to the Wreckless, the galley. At this point, this, I wouldn't say crowded, but we do have we have Vera and some other sort of like heavy activity kind of going on with passing around food and meals and all that. So as you are, I believe we have Kaelinor down here as well. So as you guys are having your evening meal, I would say this would probably be the time where, excuse me for 1 second. Nope, never mind. Thought I had a sneeze coming, not there. Cool. So in kind of pulling into conversation, I would say that Yoon probably kind of gathers some people around the table. Some interesting, probably important pieces to know about going to Ganbold. Obviously, we have a day's full day's journey before we go, but I figured it might be good to start practicing this now. So Ganbold is is run by Loa, which are just, those that look like me. But also it is it's not the nicest area in Faran. It's interesting because it's one of those places that there's no telling what you would find there, and if there's something specific you're looking for. If it's strange, Ganbold might be the place for it. But just very important to keep your and like looks at Carr in the corner of the room. Keep your wits about you.
Yeah, they're around.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So, when you say look like you, are they identical, or are we talking like different hair color, different
No,
features?
they're Loa. They're my race. What sometimes is referred to as hobgoblins.
Ah, okay.
Which I would, if you're talking to one, I would call them a Loa. It's a hobgoblin's a little derivative.
Okay.
So keep your coin purses close. If there are things that you want to leave on board, specific important items to lock up.
But not my wits.
Nope, they can't take those.
Right, of course. Yes, not your wits.
Your wits are yours.
Yeah. So important matter. If you happen to see if you happen to see the Anbao, which are, I guess looking at Zaddies, they look like me. Probably not as handsome, but black robes with red trim in them. Usually walk in twos. There's a good chance I might try to just kind of stay out of their way. There's no reason we need to. There's no reason we need to talk to them right now.
All right, so lay low from black and red. Got it.
Yep. And most of the Ganbold family are They're a little different from me. They're a little more rough and tumble. So,
Okay.
but that's it. Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Joe, from my memory, do Aarakocras stay in the area? Do they interact at all with the Loa?
For Ganbold, it's not a. I would say your. I believe I'll check in with this for sure there. I would say Port Casil is where you would actually probably see some sort of like Aarakocran establishments a little bit more.
Okay.
Ganbold is, as I mentioned, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more low key, a little bit dirtier sort of area. So if you do, I mean, it's also, I mean, it's a port town, so it's also going to be like you never know who's going to be there. But I would say most likely you're just not entirely sure most of the time. And anytime you would have spent in Ferran, probably been closer to Quetzal, I believe.
Okay.
Or Casil, excuse me.
Okay. Just so I know what I'm walking into from historically my character's history. I mean.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, did we ever get that bone for Carr from the shark? He wanted a tiny one.
I believe you got it to him.
Well, I think he may have gotten it. You never gave it to me because things happened. Me going a little mad.
Gotcha.
So you probably still have it.
Okay.
Yoon, are we still addressing you by Yoon if we do run across the arm bow? Do you need a disguise or any precautions to your safety?
No, I was talking with this over with Riaris. No, I think it's not. I'm not really a celebrity there. I'd say, I mean, Ambao in particular would be. It's possible that they would recognize me, but. No, we're good.
Okay.
I've
Makes me
snuck
want
past
me-
them for most of my life, so it should be relatively pretty easy.
Good, good. I am just concerned with our group. As you know, we like to yell your name very loudly in the streets, and I'm not saying that that might happen, but one can never be too careful.
Yeah, that is true.
I
And
don't.
you do announce yourself. You know.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true. I do like my name, but if there's another one that we wanted to go by, that's certainly. I wouldn't say no to it.
Would you say no to Susan?
Yes.
No, Susan.
Oh, I like the sound. How about Sydney?
Sydney. Okay.
Carl looks over his left shoulder and goes, he likes it. And then
Just a thumbs up.
See the entire table just kind of like. And then I think like Nala just kind of gives a look of like everybody. It's fine.
I remember those days.
Remember? Wild statement.
All right. Well,
Speaking of that, are we gonna see any of Kalinor's ex-family there?
Oh no. I don't
it's
think so. What?
Kaelin, I mean, you would be a better judge than I would, but in the times that I've visited Ganbold, I have not seen much of the Merlin Loke. I would say most likely because I'll be honest. I think I'm kind of upplaying it a little bit. Ganbold is a little bit of a trash heap, but a beautiful trash heap.
Okay. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as my mother used to say. No, I don't think the Merlin Loke should be there, but again, I don't know if they've, outreached a little bit, but wasn't... Hey, Zed, The gear thing that you got. Oh no. Doesn't
Oh.
matter. The
Yeah, the dude from the gear. Yeah, what about him?
well, wasn't he?
Well, he's not Merlin, though, or he says he's not. But he said he
He-
was cleaning a ship that was theirs.
Again, I
Yeah,
can't
but that-
stress this enough. We really don't know anything.
Thing
For sure.
exactly. It's fine. It's probably nothing. And you know, we didn't make it on time, so maybe they left. I'd like to believe in good luck.
But yes, that was a good point. I believe that was in. I believe they were stationed in Casil, if I recall.
Steals. Yeah, we're not even going there, so
Nope.
it's fine. It is fine.
Hmm. Yeah, true. Car? Hey, Nala, can you pass us the car? That's what he wanted.
No, takes it, looks at it, gives it to Car.
Oh, thank you. I start tying it to a breast feather,
I look
which
at
is actually
Nala.
probably the least unusual thing you've seen him do today.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it's good I actually poked a hole in it with the dagger, trying to cut it out. Works pretty well. It's a good look for you.
thanks. You do notice he places it away from his other bones. He has lots of bones throughout his feathers, and he's got his his bone necklace. He takes this when he puts it in a different, like it's clearly in a different area completely.
Okay. Cool. Vera, was there a certain place you wanted to? What's Looks at Zed. What's Are we dropping you off somewhere? You see Vera just kind of.
Jesus. I forgot you were next to me. Oh,
Zed, don't be
Thank
rude.
you. Appreciate it. Good
she's
eyes,
sneaky.
Captain. I was literally sitting right next to you.
Like I said,
fine.
this is some good stuff, Ian.
Yeah, I don't know. If there's a place that I think would be I mean, do they have a lot of halflings in Ganbold? They have a little bit of everyone. Or I mean, looks at the rest of the crew here, or you could, you can just, come along with us. It's, for now. And, you see her just kind of like nod at that. For now.
Okay.
I have no complaints with that.
Vera gives a little smirk at you across the table. So, just could you catch me up a little bit on what we're doing?
Oh gosh.
Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of that, has anybody even checked on him? I
him
haven't seen
being-
Kobamu since, and then they said he arised.
Yeah, I don't want to think. There's.
I just figured he wanted to sleep.
You see Vera just kind of puts a hand over Zed's mouth. Okay, so what are we doing? What's the idea?
Oh.
I lean over to Nala and go, I like her.
There's so much. Where do I begin? Here's the synopsis of it, though. Actually, we've told you the synopsis, and every time we've told you, you've kind of. Long story short, we're going to Faran to go see a tower that Yoon thinks we might need to unlock, as well as other towers that have the device that we all need to collect so the Melonlope don't take over the world, is the brief synopsis that I am choosing to believe right now.
No, I thought the short one was take Kobamu first.
Yeah, we're doing that too. But I thought, Vera, did you want like the actual what we're doing, like internally, or like why we're going to Faran? I didn't know which one you wanted.
Thought it was a step by step.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You said towers, and honestly,
What is on your hand?
I was trying to. Can you just sorry.
Tastes like Ogre's bog.
That's what it. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of like learn as we go along.
That's all we're doing.
Okay.
Right now, we're just dropping people off. Yeah, Kabamu did rise from that. Yep, I am not thinking about that. That is deep down, compartmentalized.
Is that the Kobamu's the bear?
The bear.
Yeah, the one that jumped on the shark.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's
Oh,
weird.
yeah, Kaelinor, yeah. The giant dead thing on the deck, yeah.
That is okay. I didn't want to assume or ask, but I assumed you had something to do with it.
Oh,
I was
killed it, yeah.
Well, congratulations, Zed.
Ah, how's your ankle?
It's fine. What? Nothing. It hurt. Listen, it's a bad pain. I wouldn't inflict that on my worst enemy, unless my worst enemy was the Melonlope. So yeah, no, I would. It hurt. Well,
Weakness to fire, huh?
yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that explains so much. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go find something to do on the deck with the things that handle things for us. I usually have an excuse to do a job, and this is really awkward, and I feel like there's certain things that you guys aren't talking about just because I'm here. So I'm going to walk away and pretend to go do something.
Well, I mean, pretty much told you, like, everything. We're saving the world by finding a tower and getting dangerous objects away from evil hands.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of more news, but yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. Last time Oprah tried to explain to you, it was a lot, and I don't really want to go into detail to overwhelm you. But if you could like check on the rigging and stuff, I know it does it itself, but if you could like speed it up.
Sure.
If
yeah,
you need
absolutely.
something to do.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the grub. And you see her kind of push. She actually kind of like pushes off from the table, but because these are like bench seats, in my opinion, the movement there, you see her just kind of like sitting there, just looking at Zed. Can you move?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
it's a long bench.
Yeah. Okay,
hold on.
Great.
We extended the table. Hold on.
Okay.
There. Okay.
She walks out of the room.
Well, that went better than I expected, and I didn't get stabbed.
Progress.
Small steps. I was hoping on it, but you know, she likes.
Hey, Zed, what do we know about her?
Well, I grew up with her. We worked on a couple of the same ships. We really good friends. She's really sneaky. Bit of a klutz though. She like a little slip here, there, stuff like that.
All right. Yep. Where is she from?
That's I don't know. I'm guessing she's like the rest of us, orphaned. Never really asked.
Okay, but where? She had a birthplace, or do you...
I don't even know my birthplace.
Okay. Well, all right. So you just never asked?
No, I thought it was too personal.
Is
She
that
doesn't like
Is it
to.
no? Looks at. Is that not a normal thing to ask people he assailed with where they're from?
I mean, like, at first conversation, yeah, but then it's like, you know, when you forget someone's name and then you've had 3 conversations with that person and then you don't remember their name and then it's too awkward to ask for their name again because you've already made a rapport. I'm assuming it's a bit like that, but I don't know about Zed.
I mean,
Oh,
we've just
okay.
been to so many ports, been so many places that it didn't really matter.
Did she
And
ever
she-
talk about home?
No, she just talked about stuff she wanted to loot. And then she
Like-
would surprise attack me sometimes.
Like steal?
Oh yeah, she got sticky fingers.
Okay, that
But
is-
she doesn't steal from her friends unless it's a joke and she gives it right back. Oh yeah, don't put it past her to steal a scroll from a wizard that's in his hands.
I'm gonna.
She did
go
it one
hide.
time, and all it was a gust of winds. That one was funny.
I mean, you know, that's somewhat of a useful, but we're getting off topic. You see Yoon kind of like interjects. All right, well, that is interesting and possibly useful for, strangely, maybe useful from where we're going, but also could get us into a lot of trouble where we're going. It's a lot of it's a great place to do that. It's a bad place to get caught doing that.
Yeah, she's got a good heart. If you're on her good side, she'll take
Okay.
care of you. If not,
All right. Anyone else
Stats.
hearing what I'm saying? I don't feel like.
what? We're going to a pirate place, and a thief might be the best.
There's lots of things to find, very few things we should take.
Right. Yes.
Hey,
Yep.
All I know is,
Go ahead, Seth.
all I know is we find exploding cannonballs. I throw good.
Okay. Well, Zed, it might be a good idea to just let Fira know that obviously she's she's free to do what she sees fit, but oh, cars. Okay, cars just what? Okay, all right. As you see, Car just slowly start to walk out of the room. See Nala just just let him go. It's fine. You see Nala's at a point of like her eyes are always this wide right now, of just trying to figure out of trying to seem like everything's okay. Okay.
Nala, do we know how long? Is there a time limit on Kazo? Nothing. Nothing at all. Everything is fine with Ka.
He's a little
Yes.
shell shocked.
Lucid?
We all get there.
He might just need some sleep.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's probably
Okay.
going up to sleep. I'm gonna make sure that he
Goes to sleep.
Yep.
Takes a nap. Okay.
Yeah. I love this. Nala Nala walks out of the room. You guys see Nala walk out, and then about 20 seconds later, you just hear Nala. Okay, we're gonna sit in the hallway. Okay, all right. Yep, sounds good. And you just go. We might need to deal with that later.
You hear Car saying, "I don't want to get in their way."
Okay. All right. Well, good talk, everyone. Anything else that we need to handle?
We probably want to get the giant dead carcass off the ship.
Yes. Why is it on the ship? I thought we had it tied to the.
I don't know. After Ogra ended up taking the top jaw off for her house, it wasn't very menacing to keep it strapped to the side, so I brought it aboard to take pieces from it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Viaris and I can help you get it to its watery grave.
Okay. We'll cut some stakes out of it.
Sounds good. All right. Anything else?
So I'm guessing we're not going towards that volcano island.
Considering that we already passed by it, yeah.
Ah,
Didn't seem like Nala was keen on going there anyways.
yeah, she's usually pretty smart on directions, so.
Car walks back in slowly.
Nala
Hi,
comes in
Ka.
after you.
Oh,
Hi, Ka. Hi,
Hey,
Nala.
Ka.
Hi. Sits
what's
back
up,
down.
Car?
It's very busy out there.
Oh, yeah.
No one-
Oh, speaking of that, before we get rid of the shark carcass, do you want to cut off anything for yourself for later?
Got my bone.
No, I meant like food-wise.
No, it's dead, so anything will do.
Okay. Well, we'll save some of the steaks raw for you, sushi style.
All right. What?
Well,
Nothing.
nothing.
at
This
all.
is going to be fun.
Oh,
Just staring at Ka, just like,
And I think we cut the scene there. Beautiful. So that evening, as you guys already kind of rolled for the things that are happening that day, so you're good there. That evening, if there's anything specific you guys would like to do, go ahead and go for it. If not, we'll go to the next day.
Car just probably goes to sleep once he can find his way up the stairs. Have you ever watched the show Monk from the 90s?
I haven't.
Okay, I'm imagining
I have.
that's him going up the stairs. Just so, okay, you know, like
I do.
stepping and then wait, nope, that's not right. It just takes him a long time to get back up the stairs.
Oh, is it like an OCD sort of thing, like trying to
Yes.
figure out like
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
cool.
I hit a
Think-
crack. No, okay, I gotta go back and start again.
yeah.
Oh,
Think of
like-
like Willy
like
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory going down the stairs and like
Yeah,
repeating himself.
Yeah,
It's
less-
even weirder because they're not stairs, right? It's that like weird rotating elevator
Yeah.
escalator thing. So
it's
yeah, or the
more
ladder
like
thing. Yeah.
trying to get out of the way of people you can't see.
Yeah.
So he'll say, "Oh, excuse me," and he'll get off, and then he'll get you like at the so it takes him a while. But once he's up top, he probably just goes to sleep.
Beautiful.
it's a very good show.
Nice. Cool. So let's see. Yes.
What I'll do that night is probably go over to talk to Kaelinor real quick.
Okay, you got it.
I'm just gonna.
So this is after dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaelina, where are you?
Probably in my room, trying to find a safe spot to put the Lunaris Solaris, even though that is not the name of it anymore. I'm just hiding it, just going through my ship, rearranging my stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Zed, you walk in.
All right. I knock. Hello.
Come in, and I go to open the door. Zed,
Yeah.
hi. What's up?
Uh,
You gonna come in?
something weird happened. Yeah.
Okay, come on in. What do you mean by weird?
I'm pretty sure the person we cannot name did whatever happened to Carr to him. Also, I apologize to Vera.
Okay.
So, but yeah, for Carr, I told Yaris that like that person's a heavy hitter, and then their higher ups are even crazier
Okay.
in power. So I basically told him to tell Ogre to burn the picture because that person was my keeper. Told me where to go, what to kill, how to do it, pay me. And then I think Carr and Riaris tried to not talk to them, but people that interacted with them, and now Carr is surprisingly more bubbly.
Yeah, it's a little strange. It's great. I love it. But I also, I hope he's okay because, he apologized to something that wasn't there, and I'm assuming it is a spirit, but I'm just gonna, hopefully a good night's sleep will do him good.
Yeah, I've never seen this person really do anything. I just always had the sense that they weren't the kind to push around and take the money kind of deal. So that's something we're gonna have to look out for, aka you, because I am clear from all the drinking.
What? No. What do you mean, me? What do you mean you're clear from all the drinking? This is a party situation. We are all together in this. It is not I, solo savior of the world. It is us, solo saviors of. It's us, collective saviors of world. What do you?
Yeah, no, it's just another eye to look out for anything strange or suspicious in a hood following.
Okay. Well, I will add it to the list of things I will be hyper vigilant about.
Also, you tell anybody I apologized to Vera and I said you were right? I don't know. I'll take your maps. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
number one,
technically, Nala should have the maps, but I mean, or Carr.
Well, Carver's put the maps in my room. I don't know what you want from me. Number one, you can't take my maps because we need them. Listen,
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just make a nice waterbed in the training room, and I'll sleep in there comfortably.
That's fine. You can with the weapons. I have a bed, Zed.
Oh, I thought that would make you mad because you wanted the training room as your bedroom and you didn't get it.
Well, Carver's made it very abundantly clear that I can't sleep in the armory, so
I guess it'd be weird sleeping in there and then boat kind of moving around and like pikes falling and slicing you in half in your sleep.
Well, not really. It's good for vigilance and makes your senses sharp.
Good. So we're gonna need those looking out for Mr. Mrs. Unknown.
I will try my best. I will not promise anything, but I will try. Okay, is that satisfactory? Is that okay? I mean,
that's all we can do. But yeah, don't tell anybody I said you were right about apologizing to her. And then it felt good to do it.
I'll just remind you constantly. And there's a massive grin on her face.
Of who you worked for.
Okay, and? That's fine. Everyone knows who I worked for. It's not gonna... Zed, if this is blackmail, I don't think... You're trying... You're doing your best. Oh. It's not how blackmail works, but thank you for telling me I'm right. Okay. Sure it will. I am sure it will come eventually.
But I just want you to know, it's not a backstab. It's a plan to get us all, including you, out of danger.
Okay.
I can foresee the future in the waves. And I just back out doing that into my room.
Kaelina has a look of, you crazy? What the hell just happened? He's lost it. Everyone's lost it. But it's
Beautiful.
fine.
Cool. Unless there's anything else, we will move to the next day. Who wants to roll for it?
Ooh.
It's a straight D20 roll.
Okay, no one's offering. Car will.
I will do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh,
Jack,
Okay.
you, I'll do
Alright.
it.
Nav's turn.
But I might roll shit. I don't know. Okay.
What did you roll?
Oh god. Oh no. I rolled a 2. Can I?
Okay.
Can I take it back? Can I not?
You absolutely cannot.
I'm sorry.
You should have had me do it with my inspirations.
We should have. Yeah.
Before you do anything to us or don't do anything to us, Joe, may I assume that
Mhm.
my 1 level exhaustion is now gone and I've gotten a good night's sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
Level exhaustion is gone. Yep.
Thank you.
And long rest for everybody here. Cool. With a 2, you wake up and it is a bright, beautiful day. Actually, from where you guys are at, you can see there is. I'd say you guys are still kind of like a little bit like further off, but coming up onto the deck, you can actually see there is a little bit of the like sort of coastal shores of Faran. I would say it's about maybe still about like a full mile out, but you can see just for the most part what looks to be ironically kind of like something similar to Shasa V, what you just left, the area that you're at. You're just at the kind of like coastal sort of edge, so like north of Bat Bayar. And for the most part, it just looks like just sort of like you can see like sandy beaches and some nice kind of like quiet sort of palm tree area. That's what you see so far. I'll let you know when that changes. Cool. As you guys kind of come up on deck, just going through your normal sort of checklist stuff. Anything specific you guys want to do today in the sort of like morning to afternoon? Go for it.
Car will probably fly around the ship more than once,
Cool.
stretching
You
his
got
wings and just circling, and then coming back and circling and coming back. And for the
Yeah.
record, anyone near him still sees him a little bit odd. He's a little less odd than last night, but he still is looking at things that aren't there. Occasionally, you could swear you see something move just outside your vision, but when you look, it's still there.
Cool. All right. We'll say, Cargo, give me a perception check. I believe this is with disadvantage.
If you believe it, then it is. So, I like the second one better, but with disadvantage, that's a 4.
4. Okay. You got it. I think there's certain points where Nala is probably asked if you wanted some company. But I would say like the so the first time kind of goes with you, second or third time seems to kind of just be sort of slowly watching from the deck. But yeah, with a 4, you don't see anything. I think Carr sees a lot as far as the
Car's seeing
idea
all
of...
kinds of things right now.
Yes. Actually, Carr, I will say with a 4, you see... It's enough to know that it is not something that is happening right now, but you do see what looks to be a very similar to these large sort of aquatic sort of looking life forms that you saw beyond the edge. You see one of them just like kind of like resting in the sky above you. I would say like looks to be like as far away as clouds, but is look as far as like a general sort of idea of like size is probably like the size of like a small or like a typical like tanker.
Probably. I can see Carr like just taking once he notices that, and it's just resting there, just like circling, seeing it, and then doing a figure eight and like just waving at it, and then going back around and just coming and circling the ship, just acknowledging its presence, like, oh, hi.
You see, it does seem to have like fins on either side. And you see a massive fin, kind of like it's because it's so big, it takes so long to move. But you see what looks to be a full wave possibly happening from it.
So they probably see me doing like aerial gymnastics to dodge it, but like.
Yep, beautiful. Yeah, that's great. And so Nala is watching. Watching. In case anybody wants to come up here, if anyone wants to have a conversation with Nala, this is what Nala's doing right now. Is just kind of watching and just sort of on the corner, like has like a foot sort of like forward, looking like ready to kind of like lurch at any point. Yeah.
I'd probably pop up on deck, see that, just like, oh, good, he's better. He got a full night's rest. Looks like he's just doing some training. Right, Nala?
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
Wait, what's that signal he's doing? He's just waving? Is that like a new signal or something?
Oh, it's an Aarakocra thing.
Ah. Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on Kobamu.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he still same place?
Be careful. Yeah, I assume so.
Alright. Alright, you have fun. I do want to wave back, but I don't know if that's a mean thing in Aarakocra, so you can just send a signal to him that, good morning.
Yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Alright.
You head to Kobamu's hutch. You actually see he is before you. Once you start walking in that area, you actually see him outside of it. First, he seems to be like kind of like leaning over the side of the ship, staring down into the water.
Hey, Kobamu, I'm walking up to you. Just checking in, seeing how you doing.
Waiting to see bottom.
We still got a ways to go. But we're not far off. Maybe a day, I think. Something like that.
You have fin ears. Sea creature.
Hey, the sea elf.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I got gills too.
You see bottom.
I mean, I could check the bottom, but that might be a long swim.
Need stone. And you see him kind of like He grabs the giant twin blade that he has, and he just kind of like swings it over, like swings it kind of like dangerously close in your direction, and kind of like points to the blade.
Oh, you need like a sharpening stone? Do I know of any stone big enough on the ship? Like, do we have like a wheel in the armory?
There's not like a sharpening wheel in the armory, but I would say you probably have like some whetstones there. Granted, for a blade this size, it might be awkward in Kobamu's hands, but not impossible.
Alright. I do know we got some whetstones for sharpening that might do the trick.
What? Need whetstone? No.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I would find that in the chest up top.
We're going.
Here, let me go get it for you. I go grab one, come back to him.
Water.
Oh yeah. Just pour some water on it. Whetstone.
You keep stone on board.
Yeah.
He kind of puts his massive claw out to you to take it.
Oh. Here you go. Oh, and I got something from the fight from yesterday. I don't really say we all did like teamwork on killing it. I mean, I did the final blow after you started like going down, but we got you back. I guess I don't know if you like trophies, but here's one of the teeth.
What Kobamu do with this?
You could hold on actually 1 second, and I take some time to make like another like dagger out of it, and I have like a long piece of leather tied to it like a string with a hole in the bottom so he can put it around his side.
Okay, so we'll say
As
you
the
did this
backup.
before, because that would take some time
Yeah.
to do.
Okay. I was like, oh, you put it on like this and then over like this. So if your weapon gets if you throw it and you need another one, you have that as a backup.
He extends his claws out from his hands, as you see like they're similar in length.
Or you can pick your teeth with it, or you got more claws. You know what? You can throw that one because your claws you can't throw them. If you could, that'd be. If you could throw a claw. Now that's.
If enemies running away,
Yes. Throw it at him.
I usually like to kill up close.
I mean, sometimes it is a good feeling from a distance. It's a lot harder, so when you get it, feels pretty good.
Sounds cowardly.
No, think of it more as you're running up towards them, like they see you and you're running towards them, and you take one out first by throwing it, and then you get up and close personal. Less arrows hit you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Alright.
He's taking it regardless. It's the idea of like exchanging battle tactics with him.
I got 13.
13. Okay, little sea elf. Thank you for a thing I have to carry now.
Oh. You know what they say, the more you carry, the stronger you get.
Whoever says that is very dumb. or dead.
Ah. We'll say Kaelinor says that. You know, she was with the Merlin Loke. That was probably one of the Merlin Loke sayings. You know how they are with training and all that.
You're talking to a bear who has been with the Merlin Loke for possibly centuries. He just kind of like looks at you. Merlin Loke on ship, not Merlin Loke anymore.
No. No, she's not. Trust me, between you and me, she would have been dead. I used to kill them for money.
Between you and Kobamu. Kobamu would be a wall in this.
Big wall.
Okay. Kobamu tired from this conversation.
Ah. Ah, this is one of those conversation over things, huh? Okay. Well, you have a good one. I'm gonna go watch Carr fly around some more. King Carr, as you call him.
Okay. Kobamu grateful for Whetstone.
Oh yeah, no problem. Hopefully it works out good for you.
Close to home, as he kind of like points out. I'll say like at this point, this is like right when he actually sees it.
Oh yeah, I think you knows exactly where you wanted to be dropped off. I'm not quite sure, really. All I know is it was somewhere over here.
Island.
Yeah. Yep. And then I guess if our paths meet again when you go, you know. Yep. Thought I had something to say. I guess it's one of those in the moments when you're actually gone.
Kobamu confused.
I do that to myself too.
Goodbye. You see Kobamu just turn around and walk into the hutch.
All right, on to this car flying.
I think you turn around, you see Vera yeah, it's an 18. You see Vera just behind you, just like arms crossed, watching this exchange.
Ugh.
Wow. That was painful.
What? How was that painful? I gave him a trophy.
No, that whole conversation was very painful to watch. Because you're bad at it?
Then why'd you watch?
Because, I guess it was painful and entertaining and...
Is that a compliment?
No, you idiot.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna go see Car fly around. What are you doing?
Nothing. Everything's done here on the ship. It's incredibly boring.
Yeah, it's like it's alive. I mean, it is, but yeah. They also said when we get to Ganbold, we gotta keep the sticky fingers to a minimum.
We?
Yeah. Unless it's really worth it, then, you know. And very little chance of being caught, and, you know, that's fine.
I never get caught.
What about the one time you slipped in the
That doesn't count. Okay, because
oh
technically, we didn't get caught. We got out of that one.
barely.
Well, if you didn't hang around for so long after that to try to explain to the guards. Actually, yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why it was so difficult, is because you tried to have a conversation explaining yourself instead of just trying to get out.
Well, I mean, it's a diversion. I just didn't have the other half of the diversion set up. I just had the, confuse them. I just didn't have the getaway part.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, yeah, you're good at that. Okay.
I mean,
All right.
that's
Yeah,
why we work so
understood.
good.
What?
I mean, I always like confronted them and like confused them and distracted them, and then you get whatever we needed, and then I would just annoy them to the point where they're like, walk away from me, and then I would disappear. You disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like good teamwork back then. Did you and yours do that?
Just because I'm talking to you doesn't mean that,
What?
we're just...
Oh, is this one of those? There might be a stab around the corner. Watch out.
I mean, no, I don't plan on that, but just because, you know, just because I don't hate you doesn't mean that we're back to that.
Oh. Whew. That's good. Well, I'm happy to hear you don't hate me. That's good. You would be...
You're very choosy in what you choose to listen to.
Well, you said I always had a gift for that.
It's very annoying.
I'll try to do better, but not to Kaelinor.
Why? What's the...
Oh,
Why are
She
you
used
so
to be
mean
in-
to Kaelinor?
she used to be a Merlin Low. She was the,
Okay.
in my timeline, was the reason my whole party, my whole family died.
Okay.
Yeah, she said it was a long con against her own group, but it just ended up her conning us, getting Ogra kidnapped, and then killing everybody else. But that was my version. This one, she's not that bad, but it's still fun to throw some jabs.
For something that she has no control over.
I mean, she's still part of the Marlin Loke, and they're pretty bad.
She's part of the Merlin Oak now?
No, was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is she
and,
not now?
because she actually grew conscience, which is surprising.
So
Also-
you're punishing her for growing a conscience?
No. I'm still trying to get used to her. You know, when somebody kills your whole family, you don't really go buddy-buddy right away to them, but
Yeah, but if you're
she's
gonna
proven
be-
herself to be good.
I mean, this is a situation that you're talking about in the idea of there being a totally different version of them. So why would you be punishing the one that didn't do anything?
I don't know. Maybe I have anger issues with the other one, and I see her, and it fires back.
Then you should stop being an idiot.
I mean, you have to be an idiot to be an idiot, right?
Look, hey, if we're...
But all I'm saying is, I'm trying to do better. I said she was right on something, so that's like a step forward.
Yeah. it's a very strange thing to accept, to have trouble accepting forgiveness from someone after asking forgiveness for something else.
Yeah. I'll, I'm doing better and better. Or trying to, at least. Oh, so, weird thing. Ogra has a half-sister.
That's not that weird, Zed. People have families.
But she isn't half orc. She's not green.
Also
I mean,
not weird.
But here's the thing, she's like
You know how
ugly.
half
Like,
works, right?
well, yeah, you take like half a scoop of something, you have the other half there.
I think she does smile at that. What?
Yeah.
Check it out. No. What? Anyways. So what's the deal with
so-
Kaelinor, roll me a luck check here.
Oh god, okay. A 9.
Okay, cool. So what's the deal with her and Riaris?
You know, they're really good friends. They stick tight together like a moving unit, like how you and I were.
Okay. All right. So you're also, once again, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're all one big family? Maybe?
Oh, don't say that to either of them.
Oh. What is it? Is it like... Is it where they come from? Like, that's like a touchy subject or something?
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's go with that.
Oh. You know, it's weird. I thought, like, Kaelin was the only one that knew her parents. The rest of us didn't. Maybe Yoon, but...
I know my parents.
What?
I know my parents.
Oh. Where are they?
I mean, I assume they're still in Valshar.
Oh. Why does that sound familiar? Has above board, has Zed ever been there or like known anybody from there?
You've probably been to some like some port in Valshar. Valshar is the island, like it's a whole other island.
Okay. I think I've been there once or twice.
Yeah, we've been there.
Oh.
That's-
Well, now I feel bad. I never asked you about it. I thought it was
That's
too
fine.
touchy.
Every time, it just felt like a weird thing to kind of bring up, considering you're.
What? The sea elf?
No, considering you not knowing.
Oh. Nah. I mean, it sucks that I don't know, but I did pull out the map. I did get pointed out to this place right here. Apparently, there's like underwater villages of my people. So, I mean, at some point, we're probably going to cross one of these villages or this one, and I can just bloop and stop by. Figure out like culture and all that. Maybe find parents, but that's a long shot. Who knows? Maybe I'm like some prince or something. Like Ogra. Except princess. But,
You don't seem very princely.
well, I haven't been around all that, so I thought that was learned, not natural.
I don't know. Seems like every prince I've ever met seemed to be a natural at it. You seems very princely.
Yeah, but didn't he come from all that? Well, I mean, he went away from it, but...
She looks at like the map there. Is this important to you?
Oh. Well, I mean, knowing where that is, and that's my people, and I can find more of them. I've only met 2 others, and one of them tried to kill me with a bat, and the other one...
Can you just answer a single question I ask you?
Oh. Yeah, I guess it'd be important.
The others know that?
No, they tend to ignore on some stuff. Unless it's part of, like, if it's the flow. This was kind of like a random outside thing that was like, hey, on the side. Ogre knows.
Okay, I'll be very specific in my questioning. Said, have you mentioned that it was important to any of them?
Not that it was important, it was just more of a curiosity. As far as they know, because, I mean, all their stuff's way more important than that.
Okay.
Oh, look at Cargo.
We'll cut from there. Kaelinor, where do we find you?
Kaelinor for sure had a lion. Just a little bit of like, even though elves trans 4 hours, had a little bit of a longer snooze. Probably had a lovely breakfast in the kitchen, and then went to go do checks on the armory and missed Zed stealing a whetstone, and is like doing her inventory list and being like, "We're missing. Why are we missing a whet? What the?" And it's like looking around trying to go find it.
Beautiful. Cool. I'll say like just before you, we'll say at the armory, you hear a knock at the door, and it's you.
Yoon. Hi, come in. I'm just triple checking this list again. I'm missing something. What's up?
Oh, what are we missing?
A whetstone to sharpen blades and, you know, to keep up with weapons, equipment, and maintenance. It's missing. It's odd. Everything was here yesterday.
Is there like a checking out sort of sheet?
Yeah, no one's. Yeah, but no one's. And I flipped the page. No one's checked anything out, so. No one would actually. Would anyone actually use a checking out sheet in this crew? That is probably not. What's the sheet? It will turn up, right? Yeah.
Sure. Or, you know, if you consider it to be important, then, you know, you bring it up and make sure that it's handled.
Yeah. I'll find it. It'll turn up. It will turn up. How are you? You doing okay? I'm not great at the small talk. You've knocked on the door. Is there something that you wanted? I'm so sorry. I know we don't talk often, and I feel bad about that. I don't check in on you a lot, and you know, you've done a lot for me, you know. I'm now rambling, I've realized. Can you please stop me with your rambles? Nope. Thanks, Yoon.
I was coming to check in on I feel like we haven't checked in on you in a while.
I'm fine. What? There's not. Yeah, I was a lie as soon as I said it. I even heard it in my own voice, and that was bad. That wasn't a good lie. Usually I'm better at that. I'm doing okay. Well, Better than 2 days ago when that whole thing happened with Kawamu. It's been a lot. I'm just excited to see Ganbold and be off the ship for a little bit and drop Kobamu off and not have to think about that ever again. Sorry, that is still not me. Yeah, no. I'm fine. If I say it enough times, will you believe me? And we don't have to do this?
Sure. Yes.
Thank you. No, because then... why do you have that face? You have a face... You know when you say to me, you believe in me and you trust that, I'll do the right thing, and it eats at me a little bit. And I know you don't do it. Maybe you do it on purpose. The guilt. I don't like that. Okay, maybe I'm not doing great. I have concerns, I have worries about Kobamu, and I really want to speak to him about everything that happened, because that wasn't great, and I had a breakdown a little bit. I am worried about being in a new place, and it's silly, and I know the ship won't get broken into, and no one's going to steal anything. But if Ganbold is a semi-dangerous place, do we keep important items that, that are world-threatening and world-ending on us? Or do we leave them here? And then turn up and they're missing. Sorry, I'm catastrophizing. That is a very difficult word for me to say. I'm, thinking about the worst possible situations, which isn't helpful. And that's a lot to throw at you. That's why I don't answer the question, how am I? I'm good. I'm so good. Can you just forget that happened? Both mine and your sake?
Good talk.
It really wasn't. Okay, yeah, good talk. We'll move on. That's great, amazing. You're doing well, right? You're fine. You're happy mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Well, it is strange going home. I feel that there is in some way, I mean, it's not like I'm... It's not like I was part of a... Well, actually, it's complicated, and in a way that I would imagine similar to the spot that you're in. Going home would be an odd place for you now, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good thing it's Ganbold, not Jakan.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I forgot to talk about this last night, but I think in the plan moving into Ganbold, Ganbold is the southernmost port city, so I would probably say that it's best to be there for information's sake on getting a clear and safest route into what is most likely further south, which is dangerous jungle.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was... just to make things clear, at least for you, I realize now it'd be weird to kind of just tell everybody this one-on-one. Maybe you can just relay it to whomever. where our goal is to get into Ganbold and get information on the best course of action going south to find the other Ursa Thry. And if that means going back onto the ship, which will probably be the safest route, considering can't imagine Kobamu in the streets of Ganbold.
Nope. That might draw a little too much attention to ourselves.
Yeah. So,
And you know, I'll tell the others. Okay. You know, if you ever have any complicated feelings about going home, you can talk to me about them, you know, as the self-proclaimed monarch right now of complicated. I get it. I would rather... No, I wouldn't want to burn the ship down. But, you know, I'd rather burn something than go home. At this very moment in time, you know?
yes. Yeah, I think I understand.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go try and find the whetstone. I have a sneaky feeling someone has checked out the armory without filling out the sheet, and that's fine, because what's the point of having a system anyway? And I'll tell the others about information and what we need to do. Okay. You gonna
Thank you,
come up
Fiona.
deck with me? It's okay. And I will head up deck. You joining me? Come on.
Sure. I haven't seen the land yet. And he comes with you up on deck.
Fabulous. Look around, trying to find a whetstone.
Yeah, you
Just
got
seeing
it.
like he's very, not obviously, but just looking around, be like, is anyone?
I think roll me a perception check.
Perception. Roll. 15.
15. Okay, not bad. Yeah, with a 15, you definitely hear the shh. And you see this massive just blob of white and black fur on the far corner of the ship, just shaving away.
Kalen just stares at it for a hot second and is like, okay, so Obama could have meant, and is like, did he go downstairs? No, he can't.
Yeah,
He
how
can't
did
fit
he-
downstairs.
Get there. Yeah, like that. So, yeah.
It's like staring intently, and then for a minute it just gets lost in the sauce, and then it's just like the methodic shaving, like, you know, like repurposing the weapon and just watching it, because it kind of comes a little hypnotic to her. She's like, oh, I remember those days when nothing. It's like mindless, and she's just watching him do it,
Beautiful.
and I think she just freezes.
Yeah. There's a moment when you see the gigantic, like, it's funny too, because it's actually like there's a weird sort of like bonding sort of thing of like a twin blade and a twin blade, but it kind of gets pulled away a little bit as you see, you know, even in Kobamu's hands, it is not like yours is fast. It's like it's designed to be able to kind of move quickly in and out and that sort of thing. Like even in Kobamu's hand, this massive blade that is, you know, 8 feet tall, even in his hands, like seems to be heavy, as he like kind of like does a big sort of like swing from one end, and you're reminded of like Kobamu in the streets of Ganbold.
I think they chuckle to themselves slightly. She just watches a little bit, and kind of waits for him to be done with the whetstone, just a little bit. Just hovers.
Cool. I'm gonna roll something here.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, cool. You see him, you see this giant electric blue eye kind of looks over his shoulder and spots you.
Hello.
Impolite.
Sorry. To stare. Yeah.
To face someone's back.
Oh, I didn't. My apologies. I didn't mean to. I was just admiring your technique of how you sharpen your twin blade.
What? Twin blade.
Your weapon,
Oh.
is it not? Yeah. Because I have one. And I think she pulls out her scimitar and kind of. Oh, wait, you can't see. I'm facing you. And I'll try and just, not go in front of him, but, sidestep. To be like, I don't want to get stabbed, you know? And hold it up.
He takes a look closer to it, because I would say that even for this blade for Kaelinor, that's not a normal Merlin Loke weapon. So he you hear just a heavy sort of clatter as he places his twin blade down. And I will say, Kaelinor, there's probably a little bit of you
Yeah, just a little. Oh,
proper way of stowing that weapon, that sort. Yeah.
a little bit.
But
Fine.
he takes it. He actually kind of extends a hand out.
I very gently pass my twin blade into his hands without trying to any sort of movements.
He takes it, just flips it around. Ooh. Small.
Yeah.
That kind of looks down the edge of the blade. Straight.
Thank you. It's actually not mine. It was my brother's.
Family.
Yeah. Family. A gift.
Useful.
It is. Thank you.
How long you wield twin blade?
About a year and a half, roughly. Not too long. I could be better. My brother's very good. But me, not so much.
You see him pick up the giant twin blade and kind of points it awkwardly very close to you. Blade side, towards your face, truly maybe 2 or 3 inches from your face. Look down, blade. What see?
Kaelinor for a minute is confused at the question. As she looks down the twin blade and is like, you?
No. Look down, blade.
Look down, blade. She looks down the blade.
Yeah. Give me a investigation check. I'll give you advantage on this. This is based on weapons.
Okie dokie. Thank God for that advantage. That is an 18.
Okay, cool. With an 18, What was the first roll you got?
A 4
Okay, cool.
plus 1 is 5.
We'll carry that over. So with the 4, like your initial sort of like reaction, like is looking down at you see like looks straight. Like you notice there's like some like marks and like scars and like Mars on it, but they look straight.
I think staring at it, she looks up at him. And that face of a confused child when a parent asks them a question of like, what do you see? And the kid's like, huh? Is like, it's very much that expression without trying to cock her head and be childlike about it. But she furrows her eyebrows and is like, a blade. It's me? Markings, graves? I don't. Then looks back at it again and really just intently staring and silent about it. And is trying to muster all the energy and focus to figure out what he's looking for her to say and see if, like, I've missed anything.
Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, in this moment, I think for Kaelinor, it's the idea of like looking at the details, like trying to get the like little sort. So like that's when you see like the scarring, the marks, like the areas where the blade is like kind of like dulled a little bit towards the middle, and you think that's possibly what he's talking about the first time. Look at it the second time. There's a moment where you just kind of like you see, and I'll actually say like he helps you the second time as he like kind of like stands up to his full height and allows you to be able to kind of like see just like down like from his eyes to yours, and that's when you see there's a little bit of a dip in the far sort of part of the blade. It's as it is a little bent, just slightly.
I think because of her not love of weapons, but like the principle of them coming from her family, especially her brother and stuff, seeing that there is a little like a soft spoken like, oh, like a little childlike gleam again of like, that's so interesting. And like the cock of the head, and it's very much enraptured by the little bend and the bend in the blade, like, oh, so that's to. And then looks at Kabam and was like, is that to help with bent? And then pulls out like her blade to be like, it's mine. And it's just trying to like reason and figure out like, why is it bent? Is it a part of design? Or is it part of like the corroding over time? Or is it like the way it's designed? Does it help better that it's slightly bent for the weapon? And she kind of gets lost in the sauce about it. But it's very much muttering. I think she's muttering this under her breath as well, a little bit, and is just a little excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. You see.
I see. Is it always? Has it always been like this? When did you get this? How did it... Did you do the bend, or did it come to you bent? How did it... Sorry, I have questions now, and...
As long as Kawamu remembers. Would be strange to be any other way. No.
True.
Kawamu knows when strike.
And he like picks it up and like kind of like puts it to your shoulder, like.
Always bring a little further.
To the point of... I see. Oh. I will remember this. This is important. Thank you.
Blade is blade. How you hold it. Most important.
I think there is a reverent smile on her face, a little bit, very much like student to teacher energy in her head, And she's like, and she nods and it's like, yes, it's important. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Thank you. I'm gonna try that now. Will you watch? Any tips that I do anything wrong or notice? Actually, that feels mean to ask. But I'd appreciate the help.
Kobamu not good teacher.
That's okay. I'm not a great student. She tries to have
Kobamu
a
watch.
yeah. Okay. And she kind of walks a little swiftly to the middle of the deck, and like how she was before they left Sway, just pacing the deck up and down to get a feeling. She does that again, but with the blade out, and is just going through like training formations a little bit, and how she would strike, like the idea of shadow boxing, but with a blade instead.
As you go through it, I think Kobamu and like there's a couple of like a like a heavy like huff of the like you hear the like nostrils sort of flare, and at a certain point he just kind of yeah, we fully lost Kilmer. We'll actually take this moment probably to take our 10-minute break, because that was my plan after that. So we'll do it now. We'll see you guys in 10. can only tell when it's lining up with your words. All right. Welcome back. Where's the music? There we go. I guess we'll just keep that in the other one then. Cool. All right. So coming back from the 10 minutes bar, I think there's a heavy sort of like huff from Kobamu as he kind of like comes up and like starts to kind of sort of direct you on the idea of like where to be able to kind of get more power from. But it is, I would say, Kaelinor, give me a. I'd say give me a. I think your call, survival or I'd say maybe sleight of hand.
Okay. We will go sleight of hand. It's a nat 20 for 23.
Beautiful. That carries right on over to what I was hoping would happen. Cool. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, it kind of already has one, huh? Okay. We'll work that out. Cool. So yeah, so I think Kobamu is able to kind of give you a sort of a step on understanding like how to be able to kind of attack with more ferocity and using your strength as a like where the power is coming from, as opposed to like more of a finesse sort of thing to it. And with that, we'll handle the things of it later. I thought this was going to be easy, and it's not. So with that nat 20, as you are like learning how to be able to use your weapon as an ability to be able to do more than what you have, what you were typically able to do with it, you are able to gain the slow weapon property from this weapon. So if you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to it, you can reduce its speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. So a little added bonus on the idea of like kind of like showing you how to be able to kind of like knock someone off of their feet and topple them back a little bit more. So yeah, very cool.
Very cool.
And yeah, I think there's a moment where like, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
Nope. I'm living in that sauce.
Okay, cool. There's a certain point where you like Kaelinor, as you're looking, like as you're watching, like Kobamu trying to direct you, and like you can tell like he's not really good at this, but the idea of like what he's trying, there's not a lot of words. Like so, I think for Kaelinor, it's a lot of like trying to like understand like, well, why would you do that? Why would and like you eventually kind of like get the idea of like just work through it and try to figure out for yourself why this would be helpful or not. But yeah, you look over your shoulder and you see Riaris is just like up on deck, just kind of watching you, just a little smile. I think also Vera walks by, also kind of like watches you, like kind of like at a certain point is a little concerned, like kind of like watching you see, and then like kind of like looks over at Riaris, looks over back at you, then kind of gives you a little wink, and then keeps on walking.
I think I that I think for the first time there is like a full on like smile on Kay's face. It feels very reminiscent of a little bit of her like young adulthood before joining the Merlin Lode, like sparring or like her brother teaching her how to use weaponry. And so it's that, and then like she was bad at it. She was like the worst student. And so now trying to like have that love for this skill and have Kobamu not be the greatest teacher, whereas her brother like was very by the book and rules and very like words about it. I think she turns and like smiles at Riaris, and there's like this girlish smile of like, I'm doing it. It's great, and smiles at Vera, and then just notice where Vera's wink and like just the tips of the ears get a little red, and she's like,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Beautiful.
and it goes back to it.
I think there's a moment where like you are like kind of like moving through the motion, and like in that moment, give me a dexterity saving throw.
How does a 13 sound?
13 sounds good. Yeah, dexterity saving throw. Like as like Kaelnor is not focusing, you see Kobamu is has stopped when you thought he would still be going, and you just run like headlong into like heavy fur, and you just kind of like topple back a little bit. I think you just like kind of drop down to a knee.
Yeah.
There's also like a point of like you actually I'd say like with this too, you also like accidentally are like your like blade was first, but because of just like this weird sort of like thick skin of this creature, you didn't pierce him. And he sees you kind of like he just turns around, sees you on the ground. Well, ground.
I got distracted. Sorry. That's me. That's my bad. And I think she giggles to herself because it's she's not felt joy like to go back to that version of childhood for a hot minute since this crew, and there's something more fun to this for her. And she gets back up and she goes, again. We go again?
So you say again. He looks at you. Give me an insight check.
Okay. Oh, that is not bad for me. That is an 18.
18. 18's pretty good. You're not
Plus
sure
two.
if Kobamu knows how to smile. But you feel like you almost got one. Yeah. Good. You continue on. And I think this just goes on for most of the day to be able to kind of get that sort of piece. Eventually, I'd say like just before like dinner time. And at this point, you actually guys, you get to a certain point where you notice that the this like jungle-like appearance starts to get very. Actually, I would say a car. You're kind of like closest towards the edge there. I will just give this to you as saying like this is what you're seeing kind of over time. You're noticing that the forest or the jungle kind of starts to look a little bit more like formulaic along this extended coast that you're like now like a kind of like a half a mile out from. You guys are kind of like riding the coast down. But you notice that the trees seem to be odd, like as if they were. I was like, give me a nature check, and I won't give you disadvantage on this.
14.
14. So when I say formulaic, I would say they're like kind of like it's more like they're the taller trees are closer to the front in a way that seems like not correct to nature. Like it doesn't seem like it's not like sparse and then more. It's like they're all kind of up front, like similar to like to like how you imagine like a front line sort of setup.
Do they look like actual trees, or do they look more like towers that have been made to look like trees?
They do look like trees, but I would say like a lot of them seem to be like with most like trees in the jungle, they usually have like a lean to the left or the right. These seem to be a little bit like seem to be straighter than they should be.
I hate to bring Ogre into this.
Sure,
'cause
yeah.
she's not here. But I'll just hop down near Ogre. Ogre?
Yeah.
See those trees? They look really straight. Could magic like yours make that happen, or is that something else? I don't think she has the greatest nature check, but it's something Car would do. So she's the local druid. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I don't think. I don't know how to do that.
oh, okay, well, just asking, and I'll go back up to my birch.
Yeah. You see, like, she probably stays there now, like, kind of like watching this sort of coastline.
And I'm going to watch it too for changes and what's real.
Yeah. Cool.
Is
Yeah.
Nala there?
Nala is there, yes.
If you don't mind role playing with her for a second,
Sure.
I don't want to drag this on forever, but I'm sitting there watching the trees. I'm sure she heard what I said to Ogre, so I wasn't trying to hide it from her, and she didn't. And it seemed she was listening. I'll tell her.
So I rolled low, so I think it's a lot of like the idea of like she sees you're talking to Ogre and like knows like Ogre is a safe like sort of this. So I think she's probably just not listening that much.
Okay. So I'll fly back up and go, well, Ogre's not sure. The trees they're too straight, aren't they? And
Yeah. No, they're
no, really, look.
you say no really should I'll say you give her advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, Ogre's not sure what it is.
Huh. Yeah, I'll you wanna why don't you stay here with Ogre? I just want to kind of get a little bit of a closer look.
No, I go with you.
Okay, but you're not do you know that you're
Car kind of just like puts his head to the side and goes, Nala, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I feel much better. I'm not back yet, but I feel much better.
Okay. All right.
Still determining what everything is again. But I can fly out with you. I can
All right.
fly.
If something seems weird,
Everything seems
Just-
weird right now.
right? Yeah, that's why I'm concerned.
Like the trees. I saw the trees. I noticed it.
Yeah, no, that's true, and they are strange. If something seems weird, maybe ask me if there's time. Ask me if that's really there or not. Yeah.
All right. But I'll take my fork and put it on the wood and be like, Nala and I are going to go check out the trees. So everyone hears it.
You got it. Car and Nala, I assume you fly off after that?
Yes.
Cool.
I have the fork so they can
I'm gonna
tune me
roll
back if they
something
want.
here. I'll roll again. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys fly out closer towards the tree line. I'd say like for Nala's trying to kind of like stay like up, and trying to kind of get an idea of like what is. It almost seems like it's like kind of like guarding something past there.
Okay.
And I would like I'm
Wait,
gonna say.
before you say a word, do I notice it's guarding something past there before I get to any farther before you say anything else?
Do you know if it's guarding anything?
Do I
past
notice
there?
that? Because she's getting up because it seems to be guarding something. Do I,
I would
notice that as she's to pull her back?
I would say it doesn't. Well, so I say like it looks like it's guarding something because of the idea of like it's like a wall of trees.
Right.
So in that regard, like that's already kind of become clear as far as the idea of like whether or not it's hiding something here. I will say I will give you advantage in the idea of like your precaution of this. But Nala is interested in sort of getting an idea of what this.
What am I rolling with advantage?
I will say I will give you a perception check with advantage as Nala is helping you out.
Well, my first roll was a nat 20, so I'll take it. 22.
All right, cool.
I'll take that.
So with a nat 20, beautiful. With a nat 20, you notice that there is what looks to be like a collection of trees that are in this strange sort of like how they're planted seem to have this like strange circular formation that you would only be able to tell because of your experience in honestly like looking at trees this way. Like any other sort of like the like because there's the canopies are so big and like wide, it'd be really hard to tell, but you're able to kind of sort of see past this and recognize the trunks and how they come down. It seems to be like a formation of something that is towering over something else that seems to be a little bit these trees seem to be, I'd say, about maybe 120 feet tall, like right around there. And you see that it looks to be blocking out something that you recognize with a nat 20 as the strange sort of pink stone of what looks to be the top of a tower.
Okay, I am going to use whatever word in Eric Cochran would mean dangerous raptor around us to stop her. Like dangerous, like just to stop her, like to pull her back really quick. To pull her back.
Yep, absolutely. And she kind of pulls back, and I will say with a nat 20, it's enough to be able to see that there was movement in the trees surrounding that tower.
And I was like, so I realize it's protecting something, and I just know how our people would react if we try to fly past our barriers. We should go back.
Okay, yeah, all right. But you saw that, right?
I did, and I don't want it to come out at us. Whatever it is, we can find out later. Come on.
Okay. And come back.
Okay, and then I'll put my tuning fork on the wood again. I'll be like, so, it looks like the trees are protecting a tower. Big pink gem. Yeah. And then I'll...
sorry, no, like pink stone, like pink granite stone. It reminds you of the towers that you found at Shasta.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They're surrounding a big pink, like, stone tower thing. I don't know, but I don't want to. And I'll take my... just take my fork back just so the party knows what we saw.
Yeah, beautiful. You hear immediately after, like almost kind of cutting you off. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say something, and then I was interested in seeing how close you might have gotten. Bat Bayar is an extremely kind of cut off society from the rest of the other families. Is not they're very secretive, but very much into the forest kind of druidic sort of stuff. So
Oh, so good thing we didn't keep going, huh?
Yes. But you said you saw a tower. That's interesting. I didn't know they were hiding that.
I think so. Well, it reminded me of a tower. I don't know if it's a tower. It's just pink stone. Do they have a name?
Bat Bayar?
So Nala, so Nala, they're called the Bat Bayar, I guess, and it's a group of isolationist Loa that like nature. Because their curiosity is sated. Like that is what they're. Let's leave them alone.
Oh, sure, sated. Yeah, absolutely.
The isolationist part is like,
right.
Hey.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Wow, that's interesting. Does that line up with Car and Nala? Maybe you come back and we take a look at the map over dinner.
Sure.
And
a lot of people have died there, and I'll take the fork away.
Beautiful. Cut to dinner time. Everybody is all together, and say, Kaelinor, you have the map, so you're able to kind of like pull the maps out and sort of set up. And you guys have like markings that we've seen before that have kind of like signified the idea of like where these towers are and how they connect. And there is, there's one that is like directly, as you look at the map on the screen here, there's one that is directly in the north sort of part of Faran, like literally the R of Faran. So it's actually just west of Cassil. But there's another mark that looks to be closer to Ganbold. So that's
the tower in the water. That's
it's not marked on the map right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't see the other one. Okay,
that's just like a small isn't it an island, an atoll, like a small like little piece of there. It's like it would be directly it's on Faran.
So south of the R, even further. Got it.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, you get it. And Yoon would say like I've seen I believe I've seen that before, maybe closer to the beach. Is just what I thought to be some sort of ruin, but now recognizing it does kind of share that same sort of likeness, that kind of light red stone. But the other one looks to be closer to Ganbold. Are you sure you saw a tower?
It was like a tower. It's trees protecting pink stone.
Huh. I wonder.
It falls in line with Ogra's description of the tower before now.
I just know that if the Aarakocran warriors felt somebody was encroaching on their airspace, it would not go well for them, so I decided to pull us back.
It's very smart.
Makes me wonder if the Bayar family are more important to what we need to find in the long-term solution.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
they'd be interesting to talk to. If they're isolated themselves, their stories are going to be very hidden. I like those.
Yes, well, often they're whispered as being a cult, but who here isn't? Sorry, bad joke.
I think a little. No, I think we count as a cult.
Yes, thank you.
I think we do.
By definition, no, not a cult.
I think I'm with Car on this one.
The question we have to ask: who isn't in a cult these days?
Right. Yeah, I wasn't trying to. Yes. Anyway, but some of the best shipbuilders in at least all of Faran. Their collection of just being able to, unparalleled. Honestly.
The Baba
Yes.
Maybe they'd like to see our ship, or would they steal it? Is it all of Sforon that are pirates, or is it just Ganbold?
Well,
It'd be kind of funny to see him try to steal it.
well, I don't. Yeah, well, I want to be clear on something here because I do feel like we're gonna get a very pointed view on the beginning of Faran for anyone who's not been here before. But it is not all of Faran is piratey
Yeah.
Oh, good.
in the kind of most sincerest form. Yeah. I mean, there are families, and those families do have specific sort of connections, and some are lean more towards crime. But yes, but the Batboya family are actually the more well, they're very, like I said, they're very druidic. So they live in the woods. You know, often when they have to come to when they're coming to meetings, often we have to you know, grab some smelling salts, some things to kind of air out because they're very natural. Duncan is the patriarch of the Batbear family. He is he's able to talk.
That's good.
Sort of reserved fellow. Yeah.
I mean, well, we do have a druid princess, so she'd be perfect to talk to him.
Who?
Ogra.
What?
Yeah, what better to talk to him than someone who knows the land just as well? Well, not their land, but knows of the land and land spirits and all that.
Talk about
Okay.
chase and plans
Save
and the bog.
wave length.
Ogre can talk to them, yeah. Okay. What do I say?
Well, you don't announce yourself as yourself.
Who does Ogre announce herself to be?
Ogra? You be Ogra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ogre could be Ogre. I just meant you shouldn't be as, hey, I'm Yoon, patriarch, and the other stuff.
Well, if we run into Duncan, he will recognize me most likely.
Oh,
Does Duncan like you? Are we on good terms with Duncan?
The last time I saw him, I tried
did
to
you
give a
do?
compliment on
Oh, no.
his attire,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think it really stuck.
What was the compliment?
I said it. Well, I mentioned that he looked very woodsy.
Woodsy.
I was 4 glasses in at this point. I really didn't want to be there.
Okay. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Duncan did not take this compliment well.
I don't know. He just kind of stared.
Okay.
that's like saying I'm looking wet.
Yes.
Zed, you're always looking wet somehow.
Oh, it's the moist sea elf skin. I don't dry out or crack.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. I know he has a daughter, Nima. She She looked less woodsy. Oh, now I hear it. Yep.
Yeah, maybe let's not refer to people as woodsy or try to compliment them as woodsy.
I just, I will say
I
that I did notice that she seemed to be staring at me
quite a lot.
more than she needed to, so could be useful.
Yes, it could be. We'll see.
You were clothed, right? You weren't like after bath time naked.
Yes, Zed. No, I was. This was a meeting of the families in Shakan. I was very much clothed.
Okay. I was just making sure, it could be startling.
Or it could be normal.
Or they could be nudity colonists or something
No
like
one
that.
was nude at this meeting.
That's what I mean. But okay, we wear clothes there. Now we know.
Yeah.
Well, I look at my feathers. I'm fine.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't foresee any issues.
Car, do you like wearing clothes?
Only when I have. They're silly. They hold you down. I have feathers. I mean, I have a little bit of armor, but what am I supposed to wear? Plate mail while I'm flying? Come on.
True. It would rattle a lot. But then again, that'd be kind of cool. And just be like through the air. That'd be kind of cool.
Our warriors wear other kinds of armor.
Now,
Aerodynamic, light, sturdy.
well, I mean, I understand the aerodynamic from like an underwater point of view.
Really? Because
Maybe.
air means air, and you're underwater?
Well, yeah, but from like an underwater view, you gotta be more like aquadynamic.
Yeah, that's different.
So it sounds like we just put a pin in that for the
Okay.
Bat Bayar.
Oh, I'm glad to see Car's doing a lot better today.
So does that mean that there's another tower? Is there a fake tower? Like points to the map at this point too. Like it's marked out. Like the tower that's marked here is much further south.
I mean, if I knew something secret about a tower, I'd try to hide it.
Well, just because there's a tower doesn't mean it's one of the towers, right? I mean, people can build towers.
Right. So are we saying that the Bat Bayar is just a normal tower, or
Oh,
the one marked here is just a normal tower?
I don't know.
I don't
We
know.
probably should go flying over it unless we ask them.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe they.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, we
Yeah, isolationist. I don't want to get shot down. I've had
Yeah.
a rough couple of days.
Yeah, that's
no.
probably smart.
And if we do go, we should go together.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's very important.
Although
let's
it's
leave
hard
no-
for you guys to fly with us, but I understand what you mean. We could all walk.
You guys can fly if you'd like. I know that being underground and walking is, you guys have wings and it's,
That's awful.
yeah.
Wait,
I could,
so how many entrances are there to this place? Is it just one that you know of, Yoon, or is it just?
To where? To Bat Bayar?
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't know. I've never really had a reason to go there.
No.
well, looks like you might have one now.
Looks like.
Can I ask you a question? Yoon? Sorry,
Yes.
I should be specific. So, I remember people calling you Yoon Aurelian. Right?
Right.
Do we call Duncan Batbayar? Or is that just the name of a city?
Yes, I understand the confusion, yes. So most of the cities surrounding Kasil, Gyatso, Ganbold, Bat Bayar, they're all also family names.
All right. But
so
yours is not a city. I don't see an Aurelian on the map.
correct. Actually, in some ways, Chakan has become sort of a centralized sort of area for all of them, and the Aurelian family is not always been the leadership there, but for a long time we've been the main. Our job is mediation.
Okay, so there's other families besides Casil, Gyatso, Backbayar, and Ganbold.
Oh yes.
Is there a family named Chukan?
No.
Okay.
Joe is going to say, "I'm 90% sure."
Okay, it's fine. I mean, Car's trying to understand, and I know Joe's probably reading notes as I'm asking questions, and you're being a dick, Jack.
No, no. If I showed you the amount of what Evan had for this,
Sure.
it's
But so
pages and pages.
Car will keep asking questions like that, but I will stop just so I have an idea of the
100%,
idea. Yeah. So I'm not trying to be mean to him. Just like, who am I? What do I refer to them as? Like, Lord Backbayar?
Well, you could say Warden of the Faran Wood. You could call him
That's a title.
Patriarch.
That's a nice title.
So, do each of the families have like a? You said bat bear or like druids? Are any of the other ones specialized?
Yeah, they're all good at something. Ganbold is the place to get the most. Yeah, yes, they're all good at something.
All right.
Oh, so what would Ganbold be good at?
They're actually
known
primarily
for.
known for their livestock.
Oh, okay. What's like? What kind of livestock?
Well, sheep, cows, chickens.
Wow, it's just common. Okay.
So I imagine that either the Ganbold and the Backbayar families either really get along or really don't get along, given that some are nature and isolationist, the others are like controlling nature. Are they friendly, or is that something we just don't talk about?
I'll put it this way, Car. There is an entire city that is put in the middle that truly is the only way of how most families communicate with each other. So
Okay, so we don't talk about them to each other like that. Got it.
I mean, there's some that are nice. Ganbold is definitely the the lesser child of all the ones that are probably laughed at the most. That does not leave this ship, by the way, because they
So
would not
Ganbold
take
are
kind of
the little kids,
the
the youngest family.
enforcers, the ones that are the most
Oh.
pig-headed.
The Ganbold
Yes.
enforcer, so
The
you
youngest.
really they'll punch you.
Out of all of them,
They're kind of
don't
dumb.
say.
Specifically, Donathan.
Oh, okay.
Dumb.
So you
Donathan.
use small words and clear concepts.
Yes.
And
I said it out loud. I didn't look at Nala, but I said it loud enough that she could hear it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll make sure that any conversation that's had with them is moving away from any sort of conceptual reference that might be above their head.
Yeah, like how you were talking to me yesterday.
I was.
I needed it. It's okay. I said thank you. I needed it.
Okay.
That wasn't an insult. That was just real.
speaking of insults, let's not insult them to their faces,
I don't
even
want to do that.
accidentally.
Awful.
I mean, if you need to, I would just use big words.
We're better safe than sorry, I think. Right now. So, plan is Ganbold, find out information about... Oh, yeah, I was meant to mention, I got so distracted with Kobamu. About the routes to find information to head down south for...
Yes.
And I look at Yoon, and it's like, and I relay that information. Like, yeah, no, that was on me. I know you told me earlier in the day, but I did get distracted. So, Ganbold, find information, and then maybe head to Backbayar?
Yes.
Potentially.
Probably
if
need to
we wanna
handle
check
the Kobama situation first. I think in Ganbold, the best way to handle those would be We could go to the Sanxing Casino. There's a couple people there that'd be able to help me out. We could.
See, Vera, this is how all of our meetings usually go. We talk about the next step and many steps.
There's always information in the scrap garden, which is the. You'll see it. And if that doesn't work, I guess we could also just go straight to Jonathan, who is the patriarch of the Ganbold family.
So, step 1, casino. Step 2, the paper thing. Step 3, Jonathan.
Scrap garden.
Yeah, scrap garden. And then step 3 is Jonathan.
Yep. Not Jonathan.
Gotcha. Not him. Gotcha.
So Ganbold's leader is Jonathan.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. Who's gonna tell Big Man Dad he can't leave the ship when we dock? Not it.
Nose goes.
I'll go, and I'll walk. Just walk over.
Car has offered, and I look at Nala, being like, still.
I mean, he is King Carl.
Yeah, I'll go with him just to make sure.
Is he doing? He's doing better, but is he? Okay.
It's better.
Increments are improvements, I guess. Okay.
You know, it's weird, Kaelinor. You got more praise from him than me, and I killed the thing that killed him.
Hey, hey Zed, I'm just super likable. What can I tell you?
Starting to get there.
So we're going to the end, like sort of now, like evening time. Car, you come up to Kobamu, who is in his hutch now.
Yeah, excuse me, Kobamu. Can I speak with you?
Ooh.
It's Car. Are you okay?
We home.
Not yet. I wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Can I come in, or are you going to come out, or talk through the tarp?
You see him kind of like poke his head out.
Okay. Hi. Sometimes I forget how big you are. But then you all are, aren't you? Anyway. Okay. So about getting you home, we're going to stop by a city called Ganbold. And from what Eunice told me, the red guy, you know who Eunice is? Yeah? Okay. We think it'd be best if you just stayed on the ship while we were there. And we're going to research where we might be taking you. Because we know we're looking for blue things. And Car kind of drifts off for a minute. And then comes back. But we're not sure where to find them. So that's one of the things I'm going to be doing, is looking up where that might be. But we don't want you to get in trouble or hurt anybody else, because we know you can. Thanks for the fish, by the way. You were amazing. I said that already, didn't I? Yes, to many of you. So can you stay on the ship while we're in Ganbold, please?
You asking to put Kobamu in the brig?
No! Goodness! You're not a prisoner! Just stay on the ship!
Oh. More red men?
I don't know if they're all the same color, because, we have different colors. I point to me and Nola. But They're the same type of people. Yes. He calls them Loa.
Hmm.
So they might be red. I don't know if they might be green, blue, purple, yellow. That would be a bad look.
They come on the ship. I protect ship.
Given that they're a pirate city, I think that might be a good idea.
Slice them into many pieces.
No. How about just if they come on the ship, throw them off?
After drawn and quartered.
No need to draw and quarter, I don't think. How about this? If they come on the ship and they do not raise their weapons, just throw them off. As far as I'm concerned, if someone raises their weapon to you, they're asking for it. So...
Okay.
Is that fair? Can we agree on that?
You asked me to stay on ship instead of keep me. I will refrain from tearing red men in two.
Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, are you enjoying the ship? I mean, I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. Are you finding it peaceful? A little? I hope.
Kobamu never loved ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully soon we'll get you on land again and you can go somewhere that you like.
Merlinloke woman, not Merlinloke.
Kaelinor? The one here?
Okay.
Kay. Yes. Kay.
They're soft but learning.
And I assume since I was above them, probably while they're trained, I saw. I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably saw them. Yeah. Yeah, I saw you guys working together. It looked really fascinating. I know that I can't do that, so I'm glad you're teaching her things.
Keep her from dying quick.
I want to keep her from dying at all. I kind of like her. She's neat. And she'll get better. We all will. You've been practicing a lot longer than we have.
Practice.
Did you just laugh? Haven't heard that one yet.
You see him kind of scowl when you ask if he laughed.
Oh, okay. Well, no, of course not. No, that wasn't a laugh. That was a you were clearing your throat. Yes. Much more refined. Wouldn't think of thinking anything other than that. But I'm glad that you were teaching Kaelinor.
Of time, experience, know how to tear flesh from bone in many ways.
I imagine when we were on the island earlier, and we were cooking. I mean, I know how to strip flesh from bones pretty well, but you're really good.
Just kind of like nods to you with that. He doesn't seem to be able to take a compliment.
That's fine.
Or understand how to like act in taking one.
Right. Well, okay. I'm glad we understand each other. If you need anything, what's the best way? You can always call out for one of us. But have you met Bartholomew? That's his name, right? Am I just addled? We called him Bartholomew. Is that the unseen servant? What was his name?
Oh,
It wasn't Bartholomew. I got it wrong.
it wasn't
Sorry.
Bartholomew.
Ulysses.
Ulysses. Have you met Ulysses?
Yoon? Yoon.
No. Okay.
Red man.
So there's a spirit on the ship that can help with things. And while we're gone, if you needed something, he might be able to help you too. Ulysses, are you nearby?
Yes.
how does Kobama react to that?
That's a good question. You see Kobamu kind of like,
No,
and like
it's
kind of
yeah,
like kind of like comes out of the,
yeah. My Kobamu, it's okay. So Ulysses is a spirit. You can't see him, but he can bring things to you. Ulysses, have you met Kobamu?
I tried to be,
Unseen, yes.
yes.
But have you met him before? You haven't met him.
No.
Okay, I would hope you would do me a favor.
Wind talking.
You can think of it that way. Yes, it's the spirit of the ship.
Don't like what can't see.
Yeah, it's tough, but you're really big, and if you need something from the below decks, and I don't look at Ulysses, but I'm like, maybe Ulysses would be able to help you with that, right, Ulysses? If he asked.
Sure. Anything that the big fella would need.
Yes. So all you have to do, Kobamu, is ask Ulysses to bring you something from below deck, and he can bring it to you. If you need something. While we're gone.
Bring me head of red man.
No, it has to be something that's already on the ship.
Can't do that.
So I'll give you an example. So I'm like, could you please, Ulysses? Could you please bring me a fork from the what's the name of the word? Galley.
Galley.
Could you bring me a fork from the galley, please?
Absolutely. And you don't hear Ulysses
No, of course
leave.
not. No.
But a minute later, a fork kind of appears in your hand.
Floats over and comes to me.
Yeah.
So it has to be something that's already on the ship. And that way, because you're really, really big, and you may not be able to get down below decks really easy, but if you needed something that was already on the ship, like some food or something like that, then Ulysses can bring it to you. He can't bring stuff that isn't here yet, and he can't hurt anybody.
I go fishing in sea.
See, if you need to, but if you need something like I don't know, more tarp, a blanket.
Car, it does occur to you too of like the idea of like a giant Ursa Thry diving into the water in a what is assumed to be a very populated port area.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be
that might be bad. Okay,
terrifying.
Yeah, so, another thing, I'm not sure if you want to play this. When we're docked, you probably should just again stay on the ship and not jump in the water and go fishing.
I get Yoon to help.
Yoon will be with us.
Yoon, and points to the fork.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna work. Yes, Ulysses. So say this. You. Le. Seas. Ulysses.
Give me a performance check.
Okay. God,
He did pretty good.
I got a fine card guy. I accidentally closed it. Oh, here he is. Come back to me, my friend. Let me see. It's a performance. Not terrible. I rolled terrible, but I have +7, so 10.
10? Okay, cool. 10. Ulysses.
Ulysses, will that work? Would you understand that?
Yes. Totally fine.
Excellent. So yes, Ulysses. But Ulysses, if you want, I'll practice with you over the next couple of days, if you want.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Ulysses can help you bring food. He can bring food to you.
Ulysses.
That's better.
Bring shark. Okay, well, perhaps it'd be good for you to get maybe a shark or two on board for me.
Yes, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Zed!
We got to see from there.
Yeah.
Cool. I will say, for the sake of simplicity, Zed, you are able to get some very large fish for Kobamu to ingest.
I mean, I was gonna say we do have megalodon shark steaks.
Yeah, you could say that if you wanted to kind of keep that as like that's what he feasts on. Cool. Yeah, it works. All right. With that, anything else you guys want to do in that evening?
Oh, I do want to go and pull out the skin of the megalodon.
Okay.
Because I do want to try to find a blacksmith to make some armor out of it to see if I can bring my armor class up or something.
Okay. Yeah, I dig that for sure.
Yeah, I'm still squishy. Don't you say anything, Kaelinor.
Squishy in this economy, crazy.
And then if I have enough, I'll probably try to find it for... Does Car need more armor? Or because your distance, not really?
Well, you guys aren't on Ganbold yet. This is what do you want to do tonight on the ship?
Oh, tonight I just want to grab the skin for later.
Yeah, you got it.
And then I'm just gonna see if I can figure out this beetle, the buzz beetle, because I still don't know much about it except it shocks, and what I can do with it.
Okay. Yeah. So you spend time just messing with that. Cool. Truly.
Sorry. I thought you were
No, go ahead.
I would like to find Kay this evening.
Okay, you got it.
It shouldn't take long, I hope.
After dinner, probably still in the kitchen. He's probably still like, having a cup of tea. It's just.
I will use my thingy and ask her, "Hey Kay, can you come up to the top deck?"
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
If Nala is still in the kitchen, I look at Nala and go, "Really? Okay, I'm not questioning it. It's fine." And I go up and go to the car. I have been summoned.
Cool.
Hi. Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Cool. Was your family always part of the Merlin Loke?
Oh wow. Okay, right there. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that question. Kinda.
Okay, because you're an elf, right?
Yeah,
And they live a long time.
we do.
Did your parents ever tell you stories that didn't have anything to do with the Merlin Loke?
No, they didn't. Well, not stories. I mean, my mother told me folk tales.
Yes!
Mainly.
And so he grabs Kalinor's hand and walks her over somewhere and sits crisscross applesauce and brings her down.
Hi, okay, we're doing this.
Tell me a story. And then that's when the scene can go. If you want. I don't need her to make up a story. I just want to hear elven folk tales.
Cool. Okay, I love it. Awesome. Nice. Sweet.
You one by next session. Just you wait. Give me homework now.
I dig it. Cool. With that, I would say you guys finish your final night. Hopefully, um, the next morning, you awaken to feel the ship. I would say. Let's see, Kaelinor, so everybody, give me a perception check. Actually,
I rolled with disadvantage, and my lowest roll was a nat 1.
That's an 8.
One more day until my effects are gone. Well, at least the stat affecting effects. The other effects we've discussed are not going anywhere.
I got a nat 20 for 26.
okay.
I think he beat me.
Yeah. Cool. So Zed, we'll keep this. Zed, you feel the ship starting to slow down as you wake up. I think as you like stare out your window, as you stare out your window, you see this. A massive sort of structure. You can actually hear like sounds of like the like ringing bells of other like small passing fishing ships. You can hear even like yelling that kind of happens. But as you look out your window, you see that there is two sort of extremely tall, not well put together at all, very very kind of sort of like strewn together sort of like towers that are representing what you assume to be Ganbold Port. You see in the far distance there is another sort of like long sort of extended sort of like hill with another sort of tower up top from that, looking a little bit sturdier with your nat 20. But you assume that you arrived.
Oh man, this is like shipwrecks but above water. Those
Is
are
this the
tall.
place? Is this it?
You're not awake yet. This is where having from
this
Zed
is
being
my
the first
one.
one there. Yep.
I am snoring. Never mind.
Yeah.
They're tall. Wait, can they see Car? Oh no, it's just right into it. All hands on deck. Just rush up.
Yeah. So everybody wakes up. Everybody comes up.
I'm already up.
Beautiful.
I'm at the crow's nest or the vulture's nest. So
Right. Yeah. Cool. So everybody kind of groups together as you were all seeing this. Say anybody wants to make any like specific checks here from this vantage point. You guys are still kind of like the ship is still sort of like making its way into port, but it's also slowing down. The idea that like it itself most likely does not dock itself. So you get the idea of like, oh, this is where someone needs to probably be taking over.
that would not be me.
Yeah, so I'd say that's probably. I mean, we'll say because Zed, that you'd be probably the best for that.
All right.
So give me a survival check as you start to pull in.
Can I help him from navigation point of wise from the top, like yell like you're close to this? Anything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna burn an inspiration from yesterday for the apology. Or not yesterday. Last
Remember,
game.
they don't stack. So if you got one, one for your. So that's the one you have.
All right, because then I had the one for the recap as well.
They don't stack.
Oh, they don't stack. Okay, then I'm just doing the one from recap. It's a little better. And then you said cards helping.
So it's an advantage. Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, that's better. So 16.
16. Okay. Cool. With 16, okay. Cool. Yoon is not helping at this point. He's kind of like up in the center of the ship there. So I think there is a point where like 16, you are getting right up against the dock. There's a certain point where you kind of like notice you're getting a little too close. You're able to kind of like pull that back off a little bit. But you see Yoon seems to be staring at something. Seems to be staring at a ship that seems to be from a dock that is there's only about maybe the next dock would be, I'd say, maybe like 60 feet away from you. A rather large ship, not nearly as nice as the Wreckless, but I'd say only a little bit smaller.
I'll put my tuning fork on the wood and say, Yoon, what's up with that ship?
Oh, yes. Sorry. It's it's the it's called the Ganbold's Pride. Not a very original name, but I just surprised that it's here.
Why? You mean Ren Ganbold, right?
Yes. Well, last I heard, it was. Oh, never mind.
All right. Looking out over the city, do I see any evidence of Aarakocra? And normally I wouldn't ask officially like that quickly, but since I'm seeing towers everywhere, if there are Aarakocra, I might see them flying back and forth between the towers. So is there?
Yeah,
any
absolutely.
indication?
Give me a perception check.
Let's see. With disadvantage, my highest roll was a 12.
Okay, cool. With the 12, you do see what looks to be some some birds of flight. It's hard to tell from this distance on whether or not they are birds or Aarakocra.
Okay.
If they are birds, they're pretty big,
Okay.
but you're not entirely sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I want to look for any signs of Merlin Loke.
Like around the port side area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
18.
18, yeah. Then 18, you know, like Merlin Loke ships, you kind of get the feeling here that like Merlin Loke ships here would stick out like a sore thumb. Most of the vessels you see around here are fishing ships or loading ships. I'd say that you see like another one that is a little bit further off at this like third dock. I would say it's about maybe 120 feet out. That looks to be like this very like large sort of there's a name for it. I can't think of it. Anyways, a large like loading ship for livestock that you actually see is like getting. You see a herd of what look to be sheep or packle in this world that are being loaded onto a ship.
All right. Nothing that screams instantly of Merlin Loke.
No, nothing of the like the very like highly decorated sort of
Gotcha.
sense of the Merlin Loke
Okay.
ship.
All right.
Well, we've docked, so I would assume the dockmaster is coming up. This person looks to be. Yes. Okay. Everybody, best behavior. Smiles.
I'll try.
And you see this strange, slightly taller than the average goblin, but this strange sort of like green creature that has like stands very very straight, has these like sort of bottle cap like glasses that are like sitting pretty low on the face. and this like mess of black hair. You see that it looks like she has this like very deep red coat. Looks kind of like it looks like a cross between like a fisherman's coat and like what you would actually use like a maybe not like a military overcoat, maybe just like a nice overcoat, like a fancy overcoat. She stands at the dock, looks up. Permission to come aboard.
Permission granted.
Well, Sonny, you need to throw down a ladder or something.
Oh, yeah. Just pretends like he's looking for something. Ladder down to the ship.
Cool. Yep. Yeah. Ladder comes down. I love it. Ladder comes down. You see this figure kind of comes up. You see that she has this very interesting looking strange like three. It looks like a book, but it's like has like three folds to it. She's kind of like holding that out and kind of like wrapping one behind hers. Okay. Well, what is the name of the ship? You feel Vera like give you a sharp like kind of like jab into your side.
Ow! Oh, Car, you're muted.
I know. It's okay.
What were you saying?
Okay.
Zed, you're the captain.
Yeah.
Did we ever go over a name like above board?
The Wreckless.
The Wreckless.
The Wreckless. Oh, okay.
The name of the ship is Wreckless, yeah.
Captain doesn't know the name of his own ship.
the Wreckless.
The wreck. Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna glance over at Ogra, like, family.
You see Ogra is like, man, I wish Sarah was here for this. You see Ogra just like staring really close. And just like mouth kind of like wide agape, like just like so excited. Okay, all right. Business in Ganbold. I think at this you see Yoon kind of take over.
Yeah.
We're here for just pleasure for now. Seeing the sights and maybe doing a little bit of gambling. Okay, all right. And who's handling the fees? I think Yoon looks at you, Zed, and goes, "You know what, Master Dockmaster, what is your name?" Larasha. Larasha, lovely name. Maybe perhaps we could handle this in your office. Just there's a lot of hustle and bustle that needs to happen on the deck for us to kind of unload what we were most likely losing here. And you see Larasha. Yeah, all right, suit yourself. And you see her start to kind of climb down. You see Yoon look at all of you. I'll handle it. It's not a. Just just make sure everybody's. As you mentioned, everything's close to the chest, right?
Yeah.
What exactly? You know what? Maybe I don't even want to know.
Keep your coin purses close.
Close.
Oh, I
As I
meant
said 2 days ago.
talking to her and. Yes, coin purses. Yes, yes.
Captain, if you would like to take over, by all means. I just figured I would handle the simplicities.
Well, just don't make it too loud.
You see Vera behind Zed go.
I see Vera and I'm like, oh no, man.
I will make sure everything goes swimmingly, Captain.
Remember. Car, what was the name? Yeah, that name.
Got it.
The name of what?
Oh,
think the
didn't we
ship.
give them? No, we gave them a nickname. What? Yun's nickname.
Did
Oh,
I look at
who would
Nala-
understand what you're talking about?
Yeah, I look at Nala for a second and say, "Did he try what I did?" Like,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think this is just normal.
oh, okay. So it's not just me this time.
Wait, did we name him Susan?
Right.
Oh,
It was with me, but I think
Captain,
we'll go with you.
I do think it would be bad manners to keep the dockmaster waiting.
All right, I think I skipped breakfast. I think I'm gonna get some breakfast while you talk to them.
Okay, great. All right, be back in a flash. Gives you a wink, and walks down down the ladder.
Ogra, no, Ogra, you don't need to. I know.
I was just wondering, where did they get those interesting goggles?
Just straight stares at him the whole way. Ogra, let's get some food. Just keeps staring.
Okay. So Zed and Ogre grab some food. Kaelinor.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, what did I do? I
Gods?
didn't. God, you spoke. to
Kaelinor,
me?
give me a perception check.
Oh God. Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you advantage in the idea that you're also being Riaris.
I will take that because I rolled a 7. And Riaris, nope, a 4. I see nothing. I hear
Okay.
nothing.
You let
got
Kobama run away.
I turn around. He not. No. I turn around. He not there. I go.
He's
Okay.
just straight off the ship.
You got it. Car, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of, as I see Yoon and LaRasha walk off, I'm just standing on the top deck going, now what? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just looking around, but not really going anywhere because I don't want to split the party up because that's bad. But then Yoon just walked off by himself.
You see Nala looking like towards the Heather ship and she goes, man, a lot of Yoons out there.
You mean Lola?
Yeah, I wouldn't, a lot of people that look like you.
Yeah, well, this is one of their cities, no? I mean, if we went to one of the Cochrane groups, what do they call communities? There'd be a lot of us too.
Yeah. Give me a perception check, Car.
I get the impression she hadn't been. Just from that question, but let me roll. That would be a 19.
Cool. The 19.
Oh, wait. I didn't roll disadvantage. Hold on.
I'd say it's straight roll.
Oh,
It would be Nala helping you out.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have said that, but yeah.
It's okay. So 19.
Cool. I think 19. The 19, you notice, a lot of the Loa that are here are kind of like moving back and forth, and you see some of them like look much bigger than you, and like big, beefy, sort of burly, looking hobgoblins. And you see one that seems to be eyeing your ship.
Do I recognize them?
No.
No. Okay.
You see long blonde hair. You see her head's kind of cocked to the side a little bit.
For funsies, when I notice her and I see her head cocked to the side, I mirror her and cock my head to the side.
Cool.
See what she does.
There's a moment. There's a moment here where I would like you to give me a religion check.
Okay. Disadvantage or no? 'Cause
No, I'll give you a straight roll.
that would be a 13.
You've spent time in a place beyond, a place that you've had difficulties coming back from whole. You're not entirely sure what it is, but there's something about this individual or this moment you sense danger. And as you're watching this woman, you see a group of Loa pass by. And she seemingly just disappears. As that happens, Zed, you are grabbing some food. Kaelinor, you're maybe standing with Riaris on the side of the deck. You look at this ship that you seem to be concerned about. Camera pulls back. As there is a large and sudden explosion from the ship.
From the Ganbold Pride? Okay, I was going to say it was Wreckless. I was like, no!
And with that, we will end tonight's session.
Oh, great.
We'll see you all next week.